Good morning, y'all. What's going on? AJ Simmons, thank y'all for waking up with me this morning. I want to tell y'all this. Progress always involves risk. And shout out to Miss Sandra, one of my subscribers, and I also follow her on Instagram. And she posted this meme and it inspired this video, so shout out to her. And it says that progress always involves risk. Like, you can't steal second base without taking your foot off first base. Okay, so in that prime example, if you want to steal a base, well, you got to risk being able to get out first. You know what I mean? Like, you're not going to make any progress without taking some risks. What's up, Joe Bell? You in the house this morning with me? So you got to remember that as long as you plan on doing anything and progressing in anything in life, you're going to have to involve some type of risk regardless. People buy cleaning franchises, and you got to understand that they could be at risk of losing their money and not liking the opportunity. You know what I mean? Anything could happen. Some people go buy a lot of equipment and start independent companies. Could buy the equipment and never land a customer. There's risk involved in every single thing, but what you got to be willing to do is believe in yourself enough to think that it's going to happen and make it happen. You know what I mean? Like, don't just be so afraid. Shout out to Nap. Don't be afraid to go for what you really want, all because you're scared to lose what you currently have. Because this is the way I look at it. Really, in the big scheme of things, what you really want is so much bigger, well, at least in my case. And if this is not true for you, then you should probably increase your dreams. Okay, think bigger. But in the case of what I really, really want, what I have is almost minuscule to what I really, really want. And that's the mindset that I go into it with. And then I also look at it from this perspective too, that I came from nothing. You know what I mean? I came from nothing. So all of the stuff that I did accomplish so far is already like I beat the game for myself. You know what I mean? So then if I take it a step further or go all the way for my goals and dreams, like, that's just humongous compared to what I have now. So why not risk it? You know what I mean? You mean tell me you can't risk like whatever your net worth is now, whether it's 50,000, whether it's negative 50,000, you know what I mean? Some people got a lot of debt and they're in the negative, so it's like, what you got to lose anyway? You know what I mean? Why not go for the meal because if you mess around and make it, then what? You know what I mean? Like, you're never going to get anywhere being afraid to take risks. And sometimes you got to choose between what makes sense logically and what you believe can actually happen. Sometimes you just got to make that decision. Now, other times, obviously, you got to do your calculations and go with the mathematical thing that makes sense. But a lot of times, sometimes you just got to step out on faith and say, you know what? I know it's a very, very slim chance that I can actually pull this off. But you know what? Fuck it. I'm going in. What I got to lose? And that's what you got to kind of balance all throughout life when you taking risks and stuff, okay? Because you just got to, sometimes you just got to jump, man, and go for it. You never know what's on the other side of that attempt. It could be you going to jump and fall dead off a cliff. You know what I mean? But even on your way down from that cliff, you're going to learn so many lessons along the way. So when you get back up, this time you'll jump and that parachute might open. You know what I mean? You never know what's going to happen. So don't be afraid of taking risks. Don't be afraid of failing. And most importantly, don't be afraid to lose. And then don't be afraid what other people are going to say. Shout out Benny McCargo, Mastermind Group member in the house. Like, don't be afraid what other people are going to say either, because a lot of times we scared to take risks because we scared that if we lose and fuck around and lose more than what we already had before we took the jump, then we worried what everybody else going to say. They're going to talk. You know what I mean? They're going to say, oh, you failed. Oh, you messed up. See, I told you you were stupid. And you worried about that. But guess what? They don't have to live with the decisions of your life. You do. And if you don't take the risk, you the one that's going to live with that regret for the rest of your life. You know what I mean? You the one that's going to have to keep wondering what if. You the one that's going to keep being miserable because you got to keep going to the job that you don't really care about. You know what I mean? Not them. So don't make decisions based off of other people's opinions. Don't make decisions based off of, like, fear. Go inside of you. You know what I mean? Look inside yourself and see what you really want the most. That's the most important question when it comes to anything. Like, if you torn between two decisions, you can't figure out what to do or which way to go, just ask yourself, look deep within yourself and say, you know what do I really want the most? Don't say what's going to benefit me the most. Don't go say what makes the most sense. Good morning, Sierra. My cousin Sierra in the house. They say don't say what benefits me the most. Shout out So Steezy. You know what I mean? Don't say what's going to benefit me the most financially. Don't say, well, what's going to make my mom happy? What's going to make my girl happy? What's going to make my husband happy? None of that. What do you want the most? And I know that's hard to do because we've been taught all our lives the difference between wants and needs, and always focus on the needs. But a lot of times, man, you gotta live for yourself. You can't experience your life like nobody else can experience your life but you. So it's like in that process, do what you want to do, and also try to build wealth and build a legacy. And if you have kids, that way you got something to pass on to them. But you still gotta live your life for you, though. Your kids can't experience your life for you. You gotta experience that. So, and a lot of times too, I'm gonna say one more thing. Like we always say, we want to do so many things, right? But for real, all you really need is that one thing, man. Like, don't just focus and figure out what you want the most and do it. Like, if you're not taking action on something, you find yourself procrastinating on something, then you might need to question how much you really want it. Because if you really wanted it, you probably wouldn't be procrastinating. And if that's not the case, if you really do want it, then figure out what it is that you're afraid of. It's something inside, somewhere around that you're probably afraid of, and you're scared to face it because you're scared you might lose or whatever the case may be. Pick that shit out and go for it. I always call myself out. When I feel myself starting to get down, a little stressed, depressed, whatever the case may be, I stop and I say, hold up. Something bothers me. Now I got to stop and I got to figure out what it is. And as soon as I pick out that one thing that it is, I go ahead, take a deep breath and address that thing head on, because I got to get that out of the way so I can be at peace again. So anyway, take risks. Don't be afraid to take risks. You're never going to get anywhere if you don't take a risk, because all it is you stepping outside your comfort zone. You scared to do it because you don't want to step outside that comfort zone and lose that state of comfort that you got, okay? Comfort is one of the deadliest things in this life, okay? So go for it. Go for your dreams. Follow your dreams. Shout out Malik Campbell, said he learned it this morning. That's what's up. So thank y'all for waking up with this morning. And as you always say, Philly in the house. Shout out Philly. So thank y'all for waking up with me this morning. I'm AJ Simmons, and I'll talk to y'all. Oh, that's right. It's Friday. I'll talk to y'all later on today. What we do, I don't know if it's 6 or 7, but let's do, I think it's probably 6 o'clock. So I'll see y'all 6 o'clock. Thank you. Oh, so Steve says it become exciting when you accomplish things you're afraid of. Exactly. And then it also builds character and it builds growth too. Like once you do that one thing, like matter of fact, you think about going door to door, because y'all know I got the videos with me with the microphone mic'd up or whatever, going door to door looking for clients inside the mastermind group. And I forgot who said it. I'm sorry to my mastermind group members, but somebody said the other day, they said it sounded like you did it so effortlessly. And I told them it is effortless. You know, at this point it's effortless, but when I first started, I was scared as hell. I didn't know what to say. You know what I mean? So do it. You know what I mean? Because then what you're gonna find out is all the stuff that you was afraid of really wasn't anything to be afraid of anyway. Like my daughter, real quick, and I supposed to have been done, but now y'all got me thinking again. But like my daughter, like at our neighborhood that we live out now, she was so scared to go upstairs and just knock on the door and ask if her friend could come out, because I guess she's shy or whatever. So, and I had to coach her through it. I'm like, what are you scared of? Like, what's going to happen if you knock on the door? And then she said, they're going to open it. I said, and then if you say, can I come outside? What can they say? And she said, they could say yes. And I said, and they can say no, right? And she said, yeah. I said, now what happens if they say no? She said, they just won't come outside. I said, exactly. Now, are you going to die? No. Are you going to get hit? No. No, I mean, they probably ain't gonna holler at you. They're not gonna cuss at you. They're like, nothing's gonna happen other than she's gonna say no, and then maybe they'll come out some other time. So it's like sometimes we create so many different complexities within things that we create so much fear inside our own damn mind and stop ourselves from doing stuff. Most of the time, stuff ain't even nowhere near as bad as you making it out to be. So go face your fears, man. Take care of business and do what you got to do, and don't let taking risk or the idea of risk, because a lot of times it might not even be the risk that you think it is, stop you from doing what you need to do. So this time I'm going to thank y'all for waking up with me, unless somebody catch me with a question again. But thank y'all. I'll talk to y'all later on today, 6 o'clock. Thank you.